in the last stream, we set up this tiny compact machine here, which I'm quite proud of. It does a pretty good job of getting us all of the resources from cobblestone picks and iron picks, gathering all those resources and distributing them amongst all of these caches here. I have let this run a little bit since the end of the last stream, to where we now have 2,914 iron, as well as 2,194 uranium. We've got 6,667 redstone, almost 6666 there, but not quite. We got some silver, a lot of copper, lead, grit, gold, nickel, tin, the works. We also have 5,842 oakwood planks, and also a nice collection of 4,363 sawdust as well. But none of that is as important as the fact that we now have a almost massive, compared to our previous rooms, 7x7x7 compact machine ready to be built in. And one of the first things that we're going to do in this room is actually get our first real tree. So I think we already do have at least one real sapling lying around somewhere, because I've accidentally thrown a couple of the bonsai saplings into water in the past. Yeah, we've got 3 up here, but just for the sake of completing the quest, all we have to do is just throw these in like so. It does use up the water, which I was actually not aware of. Thankfully, we can just go ahead and replace that like so. But now that we have an oak sapling, we should be able to go ahead and just grab a little bit of dirt, throw that down over in our new 7x7 cube, and eventually we'll get a tree. Now, we don't have any bone meal, although I would assume that maybe our poop will work in that regard. Oh, we have the watering can, right? Let me use the watering can. Here we go. That's going to make my life a whole heck of a lot easier. Also, where's our unlimited water source these days? It's not there. I don't know if we actually have an unlimited water source that's like down on the ground, right? Because we got rid of the farming room? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Can I refill this like from here? No. Oh, I can. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you can just right-click the watering can onto the aqueous accumulator and it does fill up the watering can. That is super neat. All right, let's give this a try, chat. I want to see if we can get our first tree here. Look at that. Oh, I'm ready. So the reason why we actually have to grow real trees as opposed to just continuing to get our wood from bonsai trees is due to the fact that if we want to get diamonds, which we do because we want to get into refined storage so that hopefully we can once and for all get rid of all of those chests in the other compact machine here. I want rid of, maybe by the end of today's stream, all of these chests in place of one small, compact, easy to use, refined storage system. And the way we do that is by getting ourselves all of the stuff in these quest lines, but most importantly, we need the controller. And to get the controller, this guy over here, we need advanced processors. And advanced processors require diamonds, and diamonds are made by blowing up the hop graphite ingots, which you get through this little quest line. And one of the things we need is coal coke. Coal coke, I believe the only way we can get that is via putting oak wood into a coke oven, potentially. Or maybe we have to put the charcoal into the coke oven after we put the wood in there. Yes, okay, so we put the wood in the coke oven, that gets us charcoal. We put the charcoal in the coke oven, that's going to get us coal coke. Now, in order to get a coke oven up and running, I don't actually think it's going to be too difficult for us. We need 27 coke brick. The coke brick is made in sets of 3, so I think we need 9 lots of this recipe here, which is 4 clay, 4 bricks, and then 1 sandstone. Any sandstone will do, doesn't have to be red sandstone. And so essentially, chat, all we need at the start of the episode here is a bunch of dust, because we get clay by putting dust into a barrel with water. And thankfully now it should be a lot easier for us to get said dust, because of course we do have basically infinite cobblestone being made over in this little guy back here, the name I've forgotten, the igneous extruder, and being pumped into our sequential fabricator. And then also, now that we have this lovely large room, which I should definitely move my spawn point for, we can go ahead and just put this, put down a ton of cobblestone and hopefully break it all at once with a nice amount of vein miner. And I'm also kind of hoping that we can vein mine this tree. We might have to have an axe to do that for it to work. I also do notice, though, that vein miner doesn't seem to work on everything in this pack. There's like a couple of things that it doesn't quite trigger for. So I don't think, chat, this is going to be too bad, actually. We do have to make a couple of machines along the way, so we need to make a coke oven. Then if we're going to make, let me have a look at diamond, if I can spell diamond nuggets, because that's really what we're after here. So we do have to blow up the hop graphite dust. So we are going to have to make some more TNT. That shouldn't be too difficult because sand we can, of course, make from cobblestone. And then the gunpowder we can get with niter, sulfur, and sawdust. Sawdust we, of course, have in abundance. Sulfur we're getting from those blaze rods that we were pulverizing before. And then niter we can get by just breaking down sandstone in our crusher if we like. We can also make it the old-fashioned way with dust and sewage if we want to do it that way instead. The hop graphite dust is where it gets a little trickier. This is made, well, you make the hop graphite ingot by smelting the hop graphite dust. The hop graphite dust is made in an industrial squeezer, so it is another multi-block from Immersive Engineering. For that, we need 8 coke dust. The 8 coke dust is made by crushing 8 coal coke. 8 coal coke is made in the coke oven with 8 charcoal, and the 8 charcoal is made, of course, with 8 wood in that same coke oven. So that's kind of the basic plan there, chat, and hopefully by the end of today's stream we will have at least a couple of diamond nuggets, or at least one. The odds of getting a diamond when you blow up the TNT are not high. It's a 15% chance, so we are going to need quite a bit of hop graphite dust. Now, I think this is the main way for us to get diamonds, and if we want to be able to get more, I think ideally we want to make a diamond pick, which needs 3 diamonds, and you can make, I believe you can make even, yes, okay, I see. I was going to say, because we can make diamond nuggets by using a diamond pickaxe on a wall, right? You get diamond nuggets as a drop chance. So once you get enough diamond nuggets to make a diamond pick, you can make a diamond pick to then get infinite diamond nuggets, right? So you'd have to go through the whole TNT process again, but it looks like to do that, to actually turn diamond nuggets into diamonds, you need the high impact compactor. And I've showed this before, but this monstrous multi-block here is quite something. I'm actually not even quite sure how we would go about building this because it's so much bigger than any compact machine that we have. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe it fits in the big 13 by 13 room, so maybe we have to get to like the biggest compact machine, this one right here that provides a 13 by 13 room. Maybe we need one of those just for that high impact compactor. I think if we were being a little bit more savvy, what we could probably do is go and steal one of these hoppers here. This hopper currently isn't doing anything. We can put the hopper right about there, stick the dust in like that, and then from there all we have to do is just actually I guess we could also set the right side of the aqueous accumulator out like that, and at that point all we have to do is just right click every so often. We could even automate this further, of course, by just having like another hopper somewhere, right? Like having another, like moving this up by 1, having another hopper underneath it. That would also work. And actually, we could probably automate this like super easily with just an upper, right? If we move the current hopper to like the right and then stick an upper above it, that should make life a little easier. And then we can spend our spare time going and getting potentially more wood, because we are going to need at least a few of these oak wood logs here for all of that coal coke. So I'll move this. I should really make an X, chat. Don't let me forget. Tell me to make an X at some point. But then if we just put the upper here, and then we put the hopper there, we can then throw our dust here, and I believe that should just start to collect clay. Nice, and hopefully when we come back we'll have 60 blocks of clay. We'll take those out, we will craft them down, and then we'll start smelting those up into bricks. We need, I think it was like 108 bricks, so about 2 stacks worth of bricks. Oh, there we go, nice. Now let me try, actually, I know I just said I need an axe, and to remind me, chat, and thank you for doing so. Here we go. I'm going to try and make an axe to just see if we can vein mine it. People did tell me that we need a steel axe to actually be able to mine it, and you know what, I'll give that a try. Even if the axe doesn't necessarily have to be steel, just, you know, the steel has like a high durability anyway, you know, 400 versus a regular iron axe, which has a durability of 250, so you know what, we'll take it. We can also make steel, I think, a little easier now, right? Oh no, we can if we make the blast furnace. This is probably something else that we'll look into doing, maybe in today's stream, but maybe in tomorrow's stream, but we do definitely want to look at getting a blast furnace here before we run out of steel, because the blast furnace allows us to easily make more steel by just, you know, cooking iron with usually coal coke. And the way that we make the blast brick is mostly with, you know, clay, but we also need quite a bit of blaze powder, and the blaze powder we of course get from blaze rods, which we make from steel rods. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling cycle. We need to have enough steel to make the blaze rods, to make the blast furnace, to then be able to make infinite steel, right? It's much like the diamonds earlier. You need enough diamond nuggets to make the diamond picks, so you have infinite diamond nuggets. It's the same kind of deal with this. So I really need to make sure that we get the blast furnace up and running before we run out of steel. Does this work? It totally does. Nice. All right, that's going to make my life a whole lot easier. Now, I'm actually not quite sure how much oak wood we're going to need. I guess it really depends on how lucky we think we're going to get, right? Because the diamond nuggets have a 15% chance of success. So a 15% chance of success means approximately what? 8 hop graphite ingots? Like approximately 1 in 8 will get you the diamond nugget. To get 8 hop graphite ingots, we need 8 hop graphite dust, which means we would need 64 coke dust. 64 coke dust needs 64 coke, which needs 64 charcoal, which needs 64 wood. So 1 stack of wood could, if chance goes our way, get us 1 diamond nugget, which is not a great conversion. I'm not gonna lie, chat. In an ideal world, it would not take that much. I was actually expecting it to take a lot less, but you need 8 coke dust per hop graphite dust. That is madness. So we need a lot of wood, chat. We need a lot of wood. That shouldn't be too hard for us to do. In fact, it might even not be a terrible idea to maybe just like plant more than 1 tree at a time, Isaac. You fool. Like we could potentially just go ahead and like plant, 9 here. Use the watering can and then harvest them all at once. I don't know how many of these are going to... Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Oh, we can also shift as well. I can figure out the shifting. That works. Oh, look at that. They grow so fast. Here I am getting the watering can out, and they grow so fast just by shifting near them. So I think we should hopefully have enough. Let me go check how our clay is doing. Hopefully that is pretty much all smelted up. It is not, because I foolishly did not split it amongst multiple furnaces. However, we can do that now and make things... chug along a little bit faster here. We've got like a wall of 10 furnaces, and here I am not utilizing them. For now, I'm going to move these hoppers again, and I'm also going to turn off the aqueous accumulator here, just because we might need to use this stone barrel for things that are not water-related. Going forward, we can always return it back on and replace the hoppers back down if we so wish, fairly soon here. Other than that, I think we have pretty much everything it takes to make the coke oven now, right? The middle block here is just sandstone. Of course, and we do have 51 sand in our inventory. So if we go ahead and do something like that, I believe we need 9 lots of this. So I'll make 9 sandstone. We'll grab as much of this brick here as we possibly can. And then let's have a look if we've got anywhere near enough. So yeah, we do. Look at that. Boom. 27. Nice. So now, chat, back over, I guess, where do I want to build this is a good question. This is a 3x3x3 block, so we can't fit it in this room. I think we are probably going to end up putting it in the new 7x7x7 room. It might also not be a bad idea for us to just make a new 5x5 room, because we do also have to make the squeezer. Let me grab the old engineer's manual here, because if we go to, I think, simple machines, and then, or maybe it is a heavy machine, and then squeezer, we do have to make this as well, which I think is also a 3x3x3. Yeah. Now, again though, unfortunately, you can't fit like 2 3x3x3s into a 5x5x5 room, like no matter how you try and slice it. So I think we are going to, if we want to put both of these in the same room, we are going to have to do it in the 7x7 room, which I think is probably where we want to be. I think we will still be able to grow trees in here. Like if we just move our tree growing operation to this side of the room and then use this side of the room for the squeezer and the coke oven, I think that will work out just fine for the time being, at least. We do also need our hammer as well to like finalize this. But for now, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then just copy that all the way up. And there we go. So to actually activate it, much like with the crusher before it, and much like every multi-block in Immersive Engineering, you do need the engineer's hammer. So I'll go ahead and grab that. And then we should be able to just go ahead and give this a right click. And kapow! Nice. We have a coke oven. Beautiful. Now, the trouble that we're going to run into here is the fact that the coke oven is very, very, very slow. As you can see, it's pretty slow. I was going to say it's not that slow, but it's actually very slow. And if we need to get a stack of oak wood, you know, cooked down, it's going to take a lot of time. I guess we have time. We might end up making more than one of these and like stacking them up to make this faster. For now, though, we'll leave that, you know, chugging away. And we'll see if we have what it takes to make the squeezer. If we make the squeezer and then come back and we still don't have like, you know, we're only like 20 logs in, I might look at getting another coke oven. But for now, let's pop back over here. Let's also dump a little bit of the stuff out of my inventory here because it is quite full. We also do have a lot of extra clay, so making another coke oven there might not be that bad actually. Just a bit more sand potentially. But let's see here. If we want to make the squeezer, we need 6 steel scaffolding, 2 fluid pipes, 1 redstone engineering block, 2 light engineering blocks, 4 wooden barrels, 1 piston, and 3 steel fence. Now, that is actually a surprisingly simple recipe. We might already have 1 redstone engineering block. We do indeed. Light engineering blocks are surprisingly easy to make. And we do already have, we got another redstone engineering block. But the light engineering blocks, let's go ahead and bookmark that. Steel, scaffolding, we'll bookmark, was it scaffolding? No, we need steel fences. I'll bookmark that. We also need fluid pipes, like that. We need wooden barrels, which I believe are these ones right here. And then what else are we missing? We're missing 1 piston. And that's it. Oh, no, it is steel scaffolding, not steel fence. Piston and scaffolding. I think the scaffolding does require fence. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, it just needs the steel ingots and the steel rods. All right, we'll start with the scaffolding because the scaffolding does not seem too difficult whatsoever. Something a little bit like that. And I think 6 is actually like the exact amount that is needed. It is indeed. I also think the fluid pipes are surprisingly easy. They are indeed. It is just 6 iron plates. So we'll go ahead and grab some of those and just hammer those up in our inventory. The squeezer here is actually not that bad. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. We might already have a piston lying around, although again, it doesn't look like we do, which is not a problem. We should more than easily have everything it takes to make one. Grab some redstone, grab some wood, grab some cobblestone that we already have, and then just a little bit of iron. And I'm pretty sure that that is good to go. So scaffolding is done, piston is done, fluid pipe is done. I assume we don't need more than 8 fluid pipes. No. So now we need 2 light engineering blocks, 4 wooden pistons, and then 3 steel fence. Oh, we need fence as well. I'm a fool, chat. Here we go. Grab that. Kapow. Beautiful. And then the wooden barrel is treated wood. Now, I do think, yeah, we've been sitting on quite a bit of treated wood for quite some time here, so I'm glad that's finally going to pay dividends. There have been so many times when I've wanted normal wood, and all we've had is treated wood. Thankfully, we now have the treated wood we need. We do also need, I guess, well, now that we have the coke oven, one of the byproducts that you get as part of making charcoal and or coal coke is creosote. And so now, as opposed to having to use sewage to make the treated planks, we can actually use the creosote that we have here. And do something like this, and then surround that with wood. It's taking all my energy, chat, not to craft these logs into planks accidentally. I'm so close every time to just crafting those up. I need to hold back. So now we just need the 2 light engineering blocks. They do need these mechanical components, which, as I've been told in the past, are more easily made in here with our workbench. Boom, and oh, we need copper ingots, of course. I got a bronze ingot on me for some reason, but not the copper ingot that I require. There it is. Kapow. Do I need... You make these 2 at a time, right? Yeah, perfect. Perfect, chat. All right, I think that is pretty much everything. We have the copper, we have the iron, we have the components. Boom, boom. Nice. So I think, chat, that's everything it takes. It is indeed. So now we need to go and actually build the thing over in our new area here. So let me consult the manual. This bottom level is mostly steel scaffolding with what I believe is 2 steel pipes, and then an engineering block. So engineering block, steel pipes here and here, like that, I believe, and then scaffolding in all of the remaining places, like so. We then have the second level, which is the 4 barrels in the back right corner, another light engineering block, and then the redstone engineering block at the front. So a little something like this, this, and this. Then from there, the top level is quite simply 3 steel fences and a piston. Like that. I do think these have to point in the right direction, so I do think we have to rotate this to point down, which you can do like that by just right-clicking. And then from there, all you have to do is right-click. I right-clicked here. Right-clicking over here didn't work. Oh, it's because this is the front? Maybe? Actually, maybe not. This is definitely like, this is a lever to turn power on and off. I think that this here is where power goes in, and I think this is actually where, like, things come out. I don't think we necessarily have to worry too much about, you know, things coming out, because we don't have, like, we're not automating this just yet. We don't need to automate really any of it. I think all we're really doing is taking the coal coke, crushing that into coke dust, squeezing that into, like, it doesn't show anything as coming out of here, but I assume that what we get out is, like, the hop graphite. Let's go ahead and let's just restart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to real quick do this so we can get our first piece of coal coke to complete this quest, and then we can take a look, you know, further down here. It says, completely organic. Thank Artisan for your woes. All right. We are definitely going to need another coke oven if we want to get this done anytime soon, I think. Is charcoal really only makeable in the coke oven? It is indeed, yeah. You can only make this in the coke oven. You can get tiny charcoal, like, through a process with the arc furnace and sawdust. But currently, and we do have a lot of sawdust, but currently we don't have what it takes to make the arc furnace. Nor do I think we have the space, really, to build an arc furnace. Is smelting wood normally disabled? It is indeed, yeah. So, oh, no, it's not. Ah, chat. I'm a fool. You can indeed just smelt the wood. Oh my goodness, why am I playing that, chat? Chat. Chat. It's not even like I can cut that out of the video now. It's been too long. I can't hide my mistakes. I just have to live with them. Look at that. There we go. So we take that. That should be a quest complete. It is indeed fantastic. So next up, squeeze some coal coke dust into some better dust. Check out the Immersive Engineering Industrial Squeezer. Yeah, so we need 8 coal coke. It still might not be a terrible idea, though, chat, for us to make a second coke oven, just because even, you know, with the advent of not having to actually process the wood into charcoal in there, we do still need to get, you know, potentially many stacks of coal coke. And at the current speed of this coke oven, it's real slow. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get some more sand. Again, let me take a look, because we have a lot of clay still. Right here. Apparently I miscalculated my previous, like the amount of clay needed previously. So I think we might just need more sand to make this happen. Like, what do we have here? We've got enough clay. Yeah, no, I drastically overestimated this. I don't know where my math was earlier. But we just need, like, 6 more sandstone, right? And we're good to go? So we'll craft that into sandstone, pop back through to our main compact machine, and kapow. Nice. Yeah, these, we could even make a third one, I think, if we really wanted to. It's, they're fairly easy to make, but I think for now, 2 coke ovens should get the job done. And I think you can stack these. I was going to put it like 1 block up and leave a gap in the middle, but I think just in terms of like accessibility, I'm going to just build this like directly on top of the last one. Like that. And I think I can just do this. I can. Nice. Beautiful. And then we'll just throw in, you know, half of that charcoal there and hopefully get that going just a little bit faster. While we wait for that, I guess now we need to start working on TNT, right? We need to get at least 1 block of TNT, potentially, you know, preferably, I guess, multiple blocks of TNT. So For that, we need gunpowder and sand. Now, sand we still have. And I think we can maybe even, like, decraft this sandstone. Or maybe crush it to get some sand back. We can. It's not particularly, you know, efficient to decraft it, but it is doable. We can always just get more, though, with the cobblestone that we have. That's fine. It's not a problem. The gunpowder is really the tricky bit. The niter, the different recipe for niter, this one here with the sandstone, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So let's take our sandstone and throw it in the crusher. Not only does that get us some sand back, and also we are actually going to need to get some more power into this guy soon, but for now, not only does this get us more sand back, it also gets us that niter that we're after. So if we're going to make at least one TNT, potentially multiple TNT, we're going to need multiple sulfur. And I think this ties in nicely with the making of the blast furnace, right? Because if we want to make this, we need more blaze powder, which is made through the cooking of steel rods. And when we pulverize those blaze rods in the crusher, or crush the blaze rods in the crusher, we get sulfur, which we can then use to make TNT. So I think while we wait for our coal coke to process, I'm going to take a bit of a detour into making a blast furnace to make getting steel easier for us going forward. Now, we do also need quite a bit of netherrack, which is a little tricky to make because it's made with lava and redstone in a barrel, but we do get the lava from the blaze rods and from the blaze powder even with the squeezer here. So I think it's fine. We could, if we wanted to, go like this way. There is the, I believe this is the magma crucible. So we can use the magma crucible with power to turn cobblestone into lava. It is very slow, but at the same time, might be worth it if we just set it up, let it start, you know, chugging away, and then just have like a tank that's just kind of slowly filling with lava, so it's always there when we need it. So let's go ahead and take these, I guess. We don't actually need that much blaze powder for the blast furnace. So yeah, and I don't think it's really worth it. I will use all 8 here. I don't think if we're going to make 27 blast brick, that means that we need 36 nether brick. That's why I went wrong before. In my previous calculation for the coke oven, I assumed that I needed I need 9 lots of 3. I think I did 4 times 27 before, when I actually need to do 4 times 9 to figure out how much like nether brick we need. So we need 36 nether brick, which means we need 36 netherrack, and 1 netherrack is made with 1 whole bucket of lava. Now, that means that we need 36 buckets of lava, right? And currently, the way that we're making lava is in the squeezer over here, not to be confused with the industrial squeezer from Immersive Engineering. And therefore, that means that we need, what, 36 times 4? We need 144 blaze powder, which you do get, what, 3 blaze powder at a time with the crusher? You have 4. So that would be 36 blaze rods, which is 36 steel rods. It's a lot of steel. I'm thinking, chat, basically that I might make the magma crucible. I think the magma crucible is going to make sense. Now, our cobblestone is currently being generated in here. I think that we possibly could work with this, right? What I'm thinking is our igneous extruder is back there making cobblestone. All we have to do is pump the cobblestone into a magma crucible. So I'm actually kind of thinking, if we get rid of this pipe in front of me, just temporarily, if we put the magma crucible between the igneous extruder and the redstone furnace, if we just kind of stick it there with a tunnel on the back wall, what we could probably do is have our cobblestone pump into the magma crucible, and then have that turn into lava, and then have the lava basically come out into a tank that's like right here, just in front of this compact machine. We do need to get some netherrack for that, so I'm going to go ahead and make 2 netherrack. We also need to get our first bits of hardened glass, which I really thought we would have prior to this. I was really looking forward to getting hardened glass previously to upgrade our strong boxes. However, now it's kind of seeming like we don't really need to upgrade our strong boxes because we can just go straight in with refined storage. So if we do, I think we need actually a little bit of tiny little bit of blaze powder. This guy is so close to being out of power, chat. I'm gonna have to move my box again soon, but that's okay. So over here, hardened glass. We're looking for this one right here. We need to make the pyrotheum dust, which we have the materials to make. And then from there, we just need one pulverized lead. Actually, we just need one lead grit, I think. I assume that's going to work in just the same way. It does indeed. Fantastic. And so from there, back over to the magma crucible, we need 2 copper gears. Nice and easy. We also need some glass. We don't have enough sand. We're so close. Because we need, I think we're 1 sand. Oh no, we do have enough sand. Never mind. Because I believe we need 4 glass for the machine frame. We also need 4 iron. That's easy enough. As well as, I believe, a tin gear. So we'll take you. We'll make our 2 copper gears. Like that. And I think we're pretty much there, chat. We do also need the reception coil, which requires a little bit of redstone and gold. I really do want to also look at automating the smelting of all of these materials. Because we have so much stuff, right? Like so much copper, so much iron, and, you know, lead, tin, all that jazz. That's just kind of sitting there. The trouble is that we need our iron and our uranium, at least, like, we need at least part of that in grit form. Because otherwise we can't make the compact machines, right? So it's unfortunately not one of those situations where we can just smelt everything we have. But there's our machine frame, and kapow, we have a magma crucible. Nice. So we do also need to get 1 more tunnel, which is just another light engineering block, which is really not too bad. If memory serves me right here, that is 2 iron plates and a copper ingot, which we have. This is also made in our other room, and then we just need 3 copper and 4 iron, which we also have. Nice. All right, so if I take this into our little box here, I think we have everything it takes to make the tunnel. Maybe. Let's see. So we'll throw you and you. Grab one of those. Oh, we need 1 more. That's fine. We can make that happen. Nice. And then over here, we can make our light engineering block. And we can go and throw that over there. Nice. We are also going to need some kind of tank to make this actually work, because the idea now is that in here, we can put this guy. Now, I don't know actually if you can output to the front of the igneous extruder. It's not a huge problem if you can't. I don't think you can, because so I think we have to rotate that, which again isn't a huge issue. It just makes the setup a little bit more hassle. Because now we need to temporarily get rid of these, and also this. We need to rotate this in some form or fashion. So now this is fine. I think we need to make the back orange like that. Let me just check that works. It does indeed. Fantastic. So now that the back and this side is orange, we can then go ahead. Yeah, this is fine. I was thinking this might need an input for a second there. It doesn't. Over here, we can put our tunnel on this side. I think north is correct. Let me just double check that though. Yes, this side here is the north side. And so then we're going to take our magma crucible, stick that down there. This room is getting very compact. We'll turn all those sides off. We'll make the right-hand side an input. We'll make the back an output. And very, very slowly, but surely, chat, this should work. Now, once this starts using 100 RF per tick, I think that's going to be too much redstone flux for our machines to handle. I don't think we're making that much. Although maybe. Like I say, a lot of these machines don't really do much. They kind of just sit here, like 30, 30, 20, and 20, right? So 3, 6, 100. So there is 100 RF here that's not being used. So I think we can afford to run this at its default speed. I assume if you try and make the pyroconvective loop, that it will just start to tank through power, right? I assume all that does is massively increase the amount of redstone flux per tick that it uses. Only lava can be created. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I don't think that this actually like decreases the amount of power required. I think it just increases the speed at which this works, because right now it's very, very slow, which would be nice, but as of right now, we don't have the power to make that happen, right? So I think for now, at least, we're just going to kind of have to live with the very, very, very slow production. And so yeah, now all we have to do is put a tank on the front here, and we should be good to go. And I think we'll probably go with the one from Thermal Expansion. This is not too bad, actually. Again, we do need a little bit more glass, but that's totally doable. Boom. So now, if we throw that there, look at that. We have lava. Very slowly, but surely, we're making lava. So this can only hold 16 buckets, I think, right now. We can upgrade that with the upgrade kits from thermal expansion, to allow that to hold more lava and whatnot. And I think we might actually go ahead and just do that, simply due to the fact that, one, it shouldn't be too hard for us to do, but two, I think we might not get around to actually making the blast furnace today, simply because it's going to take us so long to get the lava. And so if I could just kind of have that running in the background while we do other stuff, and if we know that it's going to be able to hold all of the lava that it needs to hold, I think that would be ideal. So we'll combine some iron and some nickel, get ourselves some Invar, go ahead and start smelting that up over there. Whilst we wait for that, I do want to grab this compact machine, our power machine, and move it over into... Actually, you know what? No. I talked about it a minute ago with chat, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go back to this compact machine. I'm going to kaplunk another one of these light engineering blocks, and I'm going to make a power tunnel so that I don't have to keep moving my source of power. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take this compact machine here, our new 7x7. If I can grab it, which I know I can, like that. You can do this, Isaac. One more try. This is the one. No, it's not. Why did I put this so far up? There it is. I'm going to put this like right here. And then on the south side, I'm going to put a tunnel in here, or a south side connecting tunnel that allows for power to be transferred into that machine. So all we should really need, chat, is some leadstone flux ducts, which we may or may not have. And it's looking more and more like we're falling in the not category. Unless I am super blind, but nevertheless, they're actually very easy to make. There we go. So now up in here, what we should be able to do is go ahead and just basically do something like this, and then put the tunnel here that faces the right way, not down, but south. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Power is being given. So now the power is being given there. Gosh, I guess we also, now that I think about it, we should do that with other rooms as well, right? Like, I should move this. Gosh, it's getting so awkward in here. I should move this down and then move like this here, because our crusher also needs power. When you move a chest, just so you can jump up. Here we go. I'm going to put that there for now. We might end up moving that down in the future. But I'm going to put another tunnel in this one so that we don't have to, just so we don't have to move things around, right? So that everything can get power nice and easily. So that does mean we need another light engineering block, but again, thankfully they're very, very easy to make. So now we should be able to put another tunnel over here. So that's where the power goes in. Tunnel's going to go right about there. This one is south again, I think? Yes, right there. We do need to change the tunnel here to top. Which might pop off, actually. Yeah, there it is. Down, up. There we go. Perfect. So, now, chat, all we have to do is we have to take our half a stack of coal coke. And you know, we might as well take all this other coal coke as well. And also, we do have to actually kind of start emptying out this creosote, because that's what's slowing down our coke oven now. Like, it's not running whilst the creosote is full. So we should probably get a tank down, maybe some fluid ducts to automatically pull all of that creosote out. But for now, let me dump that away because my inventory is getting super full. Let's see about crushing basically all of this coal coke in here. And then we'll throw essentially all of that into our squeezer. That should get us the dust that we're after. And then from there, the hot graphite dust that is, from there, we're going to go ahead and smelt that, blow it up, and hope, chat, we're going to hope that we get at least one diamond nugget. So now, we'll throw that into the squeezer, and wow, did that tank all of the power, my goodness. So I'm not quite sure what the, like where the output's going to be here. I assume it's going to output into one of these slots, maybe the orange slot, I think is output. I assume these bars at the top here are progress. But JEI is a little ambiguous on this as to where... Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, it just pops it out there. All right, perfect. So we can probably just leave that doing its thing. It is struggling for power, so we definitely do need more fairly soon here. But whilst we wait for that, let's get some sand. because that's going to allow us to get, we need sandstone to get niter, and we need niter to get the gunpowder for the TNT. So I'm going to hammer a little bit more cobblestone down here, chat. So we make some fluid ducts, which are nice and easy. We can then take those through to our 7x7 room. We can do something, I think you can pull these out of anywhere. Yeah. So I basically think if we just do something like that, and then just have like a tank here, and then put servos down on both of these, we can even put a retrieval node on that, I guess, but something like that should just start to fill that up. Now, again, not the largest inventories by default in these tanks. So we might end up filling this up surprisingly quickly. And that's maybe where we need to make some more of those hardened upgrade kits. But never fear, we're on our way to making those as we speak. Mostly for this tank, but I guess we could probably make 2 here because each one only needs 4 invar. So yeah, we need 2 bronze gears, which is really not too bad. So let's grab some copper and some tin. I think this one's tin. And just get that smelting. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And kapow. Nice. So I think this can hold 16 buckets by default. Now with the upgrade, it can hold more. I'm actually not quite sure how many buckets this can hold. I don't know if it tells me. Actually, I think it does tell me if I pick it up, which I can do with the crescent hammer, and it does retain its inventory, which is very nice indeed. This can hold 80 buckets worth. So I think it goes up from 32 to 80, or maybe from 16 to 80. Let me check real quick with this guy. This one is, oh yeah, 20 buckets is the default, and then quadruples up to 80 with that first hardened upgrade kit, which is very nice indeed. So now this is more than able to hold enough lava for our first, for our first blast furnace. And then, hopefully, this now is obviously going to get, the other tank is going to fill up with creosote oil probably fairly soon as well, but it will, at the very least, last a little bit longer than it has currently lasted, which is always nice. All right, let's crush up some more coal coke, shall we? And then squeeze it as best we can. Okay, so that's going to get us 2 more. That's going to take us up to 6 hop graphite dust. I think once we get to 6 hop graphite dust, chat, I think I might just take the plunge and blow it up and hope that we don't not get what we're after. And I think I'll probably also just do it in this corner here. I think that's far enough away to where it's not going to... We do have to smelt this up, of course. But I think that's far enough away to where it's not going to cause any issues with our other machines. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, just a quick smelt is all that needs. Thank you. Place your bets now, chat, on whether or not we actually managed to get 1 tiny diamond nugget here. I'm fairly optimistic, but I'm not too sure. All right, I think we're pretty much ready, chat. All right. 6 hop graphite ingots. Quest complete. This is very pure and 100% sustainable. Beautiful. Diamond nanocrystals, 5 nanometers in diameter, very specific, can be formed by detonating certain carbon-containing explosives. So, hop graphite, TNT, diamond nugget, 15%. 15%, it means that with 6, we've got close to a chance, right? Like, I mean, like 100 divided by 15 is like 6.666. So, in theory, this is not how statistics work at all, but, like, in theory, from 7 hop graphite ingots, you would expect to get 1 diamond at a 15% chance. But we'll see. So, TNT down, button down. Also, people have been messaging me about the whole, like, getting the steel. Because to make steel, you have to put down, you have to blow up iron blocks. Previously, you had to like put the iron blocks down like this, just like throw them on the ground to blow them up. Apparently now you have to place them down, so that's changed. I'm fairly certain that these just have to be thrown because there's no way that you can place those ingots. So I think, chat, we just have to blow this up and hope. Come on. Come on. Oh, gosh. Dang it. Of course. Of course. Of course. We now need to make another TNT. the TNT is not the hard part, though. The painful part is making more coal coke, simply because this takes so long to process. Like all of this charcoal here just takes forever to get anywhere, which is really awful. Now, some would say that it is very inefficient to blow up like one hop graphite dust, and I would tend to agree. However, I'm feeling lucky, chat. The belief is there, chat. The belief is there. 15% chance, 1 in 6. I'll take those odds. We can do this. It will fail. It won't. We've already thrown 6 down and failed 6 times. On average, you should get 1 diamond nugget for every 7 things that you throw away. Also, I shouldn't let that despawn, right? You should get 1 diamond nugget for every hop graphite, for 7 hop graphite dust. So, statistically, this one should be the one. That's not how statistics works. This is still a 1 in 7 chance, but, you know, hopefully. Come on. Come on. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's stream, you can go ahead and hit the follow button up at the top of the screen to get notified when I go live in the future. I'll be back tomorrow for some more compact claustrophobia. We're gonna, between streams, I will probably do some more wood growing. I'll probably grab some more, you know, charcoal, process that. I might even make like 2 more coke ovens or something as well to try and make that even faster. But hopefully tomorrow when we come back, we'll have a nice supply of hop graphite ingots ready to go so that I can just blow them up and hopefully get a nice amount of at least 1. All I need is 1 diamond nugget, at which point we can then go ahead and hopefully get ourselves a refined storage system. We can then maybe look at automating the wood growing and also potentially looking at getting like a bit of power and all that jazz as well, and maybe even getting that blast furnace up and running, and potentially at some point looking at getting to space, which apparently is a thing that we can do. But for now, guys, as always, thank you for watching.